with going through all the logistics of what to expect throughout the summer, what's going to happen, what's going to happen in terms of residential trips, and then answer any questions that you might have. So again, I'm Mr. Cabrera. I have the pleasure of going into my 17th summer here with our programs with Upper Bound and Upper Bound Math Science. And every summer is exciting for me because when I think about the development that takes place within our students throughout the months of June and July, and all in preparation for next school year and making you a better, well-rounded student and well-rounded person, the summer really allows us to accomplish a lot. So we hope you're excited as well. We look forward to seeing you soon. I'm going to pass the floor to our team for some introductions. So why don't I'm going to kick it to Dr. Curry to give greetings.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing good. I am Dr. Curry. I'm the Assistant Director for the Upward Bound Math and Science program. Looking forward to just work with you all and get to know you all personally. And yeah, ready for a great summer.
Okay, Ms. Blaustein.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. Really looking forward to seeing all the returning students that come back for summer and then all the new students to see the great experience you'll have with the classes, the trips, all the fun activities you'll be experiencing. So looking forward to a great summer and wishing you guys the best summer you can have in Upward Bound.
And next up, Mr. Martin, who's going to walk us through today's presentation. All of us will sort of jump in for some additional information. But Mr. Martin.
How's everybody doing? Can't wait to get this summer started. And just really excited to get to know everybody even better than I already do. And parents building strong relationships and all that good stuff. So we're ready to go, for this summer. Should I just
And so as you can see, our summer theme, we'll start there. The goal of every summer is shooting for academic excellence, take it to make it. And, the takeaway we want you to have with this is there's so many opportunities that are out there in life. And sometimes you got to put yourself out there. But if you don't, you'll never know what might happen, right? So part of this is getting out of your comfort zone, taking risks, taking that shot. You might miss. Again, when we think about basketball players in general, if a shooter shoots 40%, meaning they make 4 out of 10 shots, that's considered a good basketball player. So think about how many shots they take and don't make, and still kind of get back up and do it again. So that's the overall theme and spirit that we're going for. So yes, Mr. Martin.
all right. All right. So once again, yes, you gotta take your shot and shoot it, you know, and we're going to be doing that, and we'll go into that, all those good little things. But, for me and hello, you got me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, we
All
got you.
right. So, yeah, so for us OGs or whatever, we got to start, you know, the starting lineup. And, this will hit home with Mr. Cabrera and a few other, you know, OGs. The starting lineup for your Upward Bound staff, 2024. I guess I'll start with me, academic advisor extraordinaire, hailing all the way from Tampa, Florida, Mr. Martin, the bow tie guy. Next up, we have the amazing, the wonderful, all the way from International City, up north of Florida, Quincy, Dr. Lawana M. Curry. At the center position. You know, we can't get anything done without her. And of course, Dr. Curry. But, you know, working the boards, typing in things, sending things, organization. The one, the only, Miss Carrie Blaustein. And finally, the point guard, the Tom Brady, the Michael Jordan, the Larry Bird of directors for the Tampa Upward Bound program. 17 seasons of all-star play, the Hall of Famer, director extraordinaire, Mr. Raymond Cabrera. Clap your hands. Give me an online clap. I want to see my TV screen going crazy right now, moms and students. They don't call him Santa Claus for nothing when y'all get y'all stuff and your money and this and that, you know, and you mess up and me and Dr. Curry send you home. You go to him to begging. Give it up for the staff. Give it up for the staff. Dr. Curry, Carrie Blaustein, Mr. Martin, we're going to bring it on home. We're going to bring you the championship. If you take your shot, we're going to bring you the championship and get you the college you want, all that good stuff. All right. All right. Tip off. As Mr. Cabrera said, we have a lot of let me stop this. We have a lot of secret sauces to our program, and the summer is one of them, right? The summer, parents, if you don't know, the reason why it's important, the reason why you'll hear me, especially Dr. Curry, always saying summer's important, it's mandatory, is because it sets the stage for the upcoming year. The reason why you have your advantage in a lot of the classes is that we have Hillsborough County certified public school teachers teaching you the things that you're going to be learning in the fall. So you're ahead, different concepts, take advantage of it. Upcoming juniors, the reason why this is important, rising seniors is important, is because in Upward Bound Math and Science and UB is to where we're going to get you ready to get you ahead of everybody else. So the summer program the purpose of this summer program is to equip you with the motivation and skills needed for the upcoming school year and preparation for college. Also to help students recognize and develop their potential to excel in math and science and to encourage them to pursue post-secondary degrees in math and science and any career, ultimately careers in math and science profession and all programs, math, science, English, whatever you want to go to, Upward Bound Traditional, Upward Bound Math and Science, we're here to push you and help develop that and get your understanding. But it starts in the summertime. Take advantage, moms, dads, students, take advantage because this gets you ahead of the game. So you start off running while everybody else is limping into the school year. You start off running. That's the opening tip off. Up next, slide. Jump ball. Let's get this thing going. Jump ball, summer program overview. So we're gonna talk about the summer some program overview. We're gonna talk about different forms you're gonna need, academics and learning, our expectations and standards that we demand of you. You're going to have, we demand certain expectations and standard in this Upward Bound program. Of course, we'll briefly touch on dress code. You already know it, but we got to go over it. We're going to talk about residential for our rising juniors and seniors. And we're going to talk about the trips that we're going to go on, communications that we need to have with you, parents, and the staff in the school, and emergency procedures. Hold on. Hold up. Hello. Okay. And emergency procedures if we got to go over them. All right. And as you can see, we have summer dates, June 10th through the 19th. Our first day we start June 10th. Days of the summer program are Monday through Thursday, right? Um, uh, Times 9 to 3, and residential for UB is June 16th to the 28th, 2 weeks, and residential for UBMS residential is the 23rd through the 28th, just 1 week. And our summer holidays, of course, June 19th, Juneteenth, and the 4th of July holiday, and then we'll go over those specifics as well. All right. And once again, if you have any, go ahead.
Mr. Martin, just for context, also on that June 19th date, our upper bound students will be in residential. And so they're going to stay on that day. We're just going to plan activities throughout that day. So there won't be classes per se because the university is technically closed, but we'll be there. And so you won't go to class on that day, but UB residential students will have activities planned for that June 19th date.
All right, next slide. So once again, we're recording this and we'll send you emails, all this good stuff. But we do have calendars, and yes, parents, you can take a picture of it now or save it, but we're going to send it to you in the video form and email form, all that good stuff. But it's just a calendar of all the different things. As you can see, it has all of it, and I also talk about the specific dates, but these are just the calendars as far as all the different things. No classes on June 19th on June, residential starts, explore, and it's a lot of different things on here, activity days, and all those we're going to send you this, and we're going to go over it again on another slide that has just special dates on it. But this is our calendar of dates or whatever. So this is the playbook, and we're going to run it to perfection. And this is just the July playbook. As you can see, you got 4th of July, no classes, the 4th and the 5th. Like Mr. Cabrera said, we'll be in the dorms or whatever, having activities and fun stuff. You see Orlando here, STEM workshops, finals, career tracks, presentations, awards. So you're going to get all that in a email form and this form. But this is just the overall calendar, and you'll get a copy of all this as well. All right, next slide. All right, so we have daily operations and special dates, as I just talked about, right? So I'll go over them real quick. Once again, you're going to get a copy of all these. June. So, and it's Monday through Thursday, 9 to 3, and this all involves cultural enrichment, campus visits, special events, all that good stuff. June 16th, start of residential upper bound program. June 19th, we're off. Juneteenth, UB residentials will be on campus. 21st, residential students only. We're gonna go visit and tour University of Tampa. 23rd, start of residential for upper bound math and science. June 27th is the pageant. We highly recommend for all students, parents, and the community to come on out. It's a big thing. Dr. Curry does an amazing job, and you got to see this. We got to support our students. Show out. 28th is field day for residential. Like I already said, July 4th and 5th we're closed, no upper bound. 11th to 12th graders return on the 8th for breakfast, but we don't have any class on the 4th and 5th. July 11th through the 13th, we're going to Orlando. July to visit UCF, Valencia. A lot of fun. Theme park. If you have good attendance, of course, with good behavior and all that good stuff, doing your work in class, then you're eligible for that. But those things first, and then yes, you get to go on the Orlando trip. July 15th, exams. Exam prep, finals exam prep, all students, and we do an e-portfolio for our seniors. July 16th, Florida Inventors presentation. 17th, career track presentation, awards, and we also move out, Upper Bound Math and Science and Upper Bound move out on the 17th, and the 18th is the summer trip to Gainesville, Santa Fe, going to UF, big trip. And once again, that is depending on your students' attendance and behavior and all that good stuff. Then yes, they're eligible. Must have those things in place: attendance and behaviors on point, and then yes, you're eligible to go. All right.
So
Next slide.
every
Go ahead, Mr. Pereira.
Sunday, yep, every Sunday, I'll send you all an email for the week. So we know we're covering a lot of information. So we're going to break this down week to week for you as well. So no worries. Every Sunday, I'll kind of lay it out for you in terms of what to expect that Monday through Thursday coming up, any reminders, any announcements that we need to get out. So again, just take it all in. But no, we're going to repeat this information on day one with the students, but we'll also be sending you weekly updates as well.
All right, and this is just a this is our matrix. This is the game plan as far as the play we're gonna run. As you can see, we have all our different classes that we offer. And the difference between the fall and the spring is that parents, once again, these are the classes that your child is going to be taking next year. So that's why it's important to make sure students also make sure the first day or two that we have your schedule right as close as possible, because you want to be in the classes for next year. You're gonna be in the class that you're gonna have next year to give you that head start and that advantage over everybody else. So this is the playbook and the actual game plan and the play we're gonna run all summer. All right.
On day one, when you come on that Monday, we're going to give you your schedules. Ms. Blousing will go over schedules with you. We'll make sure that you have everything you need. If we have to make any adjustments, we'll make it on that day one. Again, our hope is to tip off the summer quickly and smoothly. So we want to use that first day to make sure that everything you need, you have, along with all the supplies that we'll talk about in a second. You'll get all that day one. So that first day really sets the tone for the rest of the summertime.
Next slide. Okay, shot clock. Shot clock. In order to obtain the maximum benefits from the summer classes, regular continuous attendance is essential. Meaning if you don't come, then we're checking it and we send you home and you're not trying to be a part of the program. But due to the nature of the summer program, there is a maximum of 3 days in which a student may be absent. Two tardy reports over 10 minutes each, 20 minutes total in any class, will equal a full absence from the reported class. Now, no parents, and students, we do not have a history of students not getting to class on time and not coming, but we got to say it. And attendance is important. Get to class on time and having your materials, okay? And having materials. And of course, communication is key. Yes, you can call us to let us know, but also you got to go to the report your absences. If you're not going to be here, you got to go online. It doesn't count. Even if you talk to one of us, it doesn't count until you go online and fully go on the computer and mark that you're not going to be there. All right. Next slide.
So, Mr. Martin, our general rule of thumb, as Mr. Martin said, is 3 days. Again, we want you to treat this like a class because it is. It's instruction for classes that are getting you ready for next school year. And so if you missed, if we're doing Monday through Thursday and you missed 3 days, that's essentially almost missing a whole week of Upward Bound or Upward Bound Math Science. So in the event that you have something planned, whether that's a vacation or another personal responsibility that you have that's going to extend you out more than 3 days, and then yes, fill out that form, but also send me an email so that we can take a look at what exactly it is. On some of the weeks, it might work out because it might only be a 3-day week. For example, that July 4th week, we're only there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it may all work out, but if anything is extending beyond 3 days, let's have a conversation. I know a couple of you have sent me emails already, so I'll take a look at that. So send it to me. We'll evaluate it and get back with you and let you know if it's approved.
All right, next slide. All right, fast break. Pew, pew. Y'all like the sound effects? Okay. Fast break. Our daily operations. Students may be dropped off and picked up behind the library. Of course, drop-off time is 8:40. Pickup time is 3 p.m. Late pickups will be at the library until 5 p.m. Other travel options, school bus, similar as Saturday bus schedule. We'll have the 3 different buses and 3 different parts of the same pickup locations, same drop-off locations as the fall and the spring. All right. Next slide.
And again, here, in terms of, because I know we've gotten a couple questions about early drop off. So yeah, we get to campus ahead of the students just because we're always sort of preparing for the day. So let's talk about if you're dropping off your child, and they're not taking the bus. I would say if you're going to do an early drop off, and by early drop off, I'm going to sort of define that between 7:30 and 8 a.m. You could drop them off at the library, and then they'll come over to Cooper Hall for sign-in regularly once we're there on site. But early drop off, I would say between 7:30 and 8. They'll go to the library until we get the day started. And then same in the afternoon, that if you're picking up your child, but it's after work, then that's a 5 p.m. pickup from the library as well. Okay.
Also, I just want to add, this is Dr. Curry. If you are planning on driving your own vehicle, you are responsible for your own permit. We would not be giving you any permits to park on campus.
Yeah, great point, Dr. Curry. Daily parking at USF is either twofold. When you first come onto campus, there's like a little booth that will give you a parking decal for about, last time I checked, it was like $5. But that you had to park over by the arena and then walk over. There's also metered parking right behind the library, in front and behind the library. That all depends on the amount of hours that you pay for, but that could typically run you $8 to $10 per day.
This is Ms. Boston. I wanted to say that carpooling is for parents and students, not for students with other students. Students should not drive other students.
Yes, we're excited to see many of you all driving, and that's awesome. But at the same time, for safety purposes, we don't want a student just getting into another student's car, especially to go home at the end of the day, because again, liability issues and so forth.
All right. And some fun slides,
Mr. Martin,
Yeah.
there you go.
As you can see, we got some great things to wear. We always gonna deck you out in the latest fashion. But we got some Versace shirts and some Sheen polos. Just in case you didn't know, straight from Europe. On Monday, you're gonna
Mi-
wear any upward bound
Mr. Martin, you
shirt.
got a question too. You got a question.
Are we taking questions now? Okay. Are we taking questions? Somebody got a question? Go ahead real quick.
Y- Yes, go ahead and the person had their hand raised, go ahead and ask your question.
Would that be me or someone else? Because I see someone with another hand up.
Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Are we wearing khakis the whole time, or are we wearing jeans? Because I kind of forgot.
Khakis the whole summer with your shirts. No
Okay,
jeans in the summer.
thank you.
Next person, go ahead.
Yashika?
No, going once,
My
going
hand,
twice.
my hand wasn't raised.
Go ahead.
I think we're good, Mr. Martin. You can go ahead.
Okay.
So
All right.
so if we could hold all questions to the end, just so that we can get through the PowerPoint, and then we'll take all the questions that you have. So just hold on to your question, and we'll get right back with you.
All right. So on Monday, any UB or any upper bound or upper bound math science shirt on Monday. On Tuesday, we have the brand new amazing theme shirt, shooting for academic excellence, take it to make it shirt. Wednesday, the blue polo in your respective programs, math and science, or UB, math science, UB, the blue polo, and then on Thursday, USF shirt. And of course, like Dr. Curry said, khakis all summer, all summer, all summer. No need to forget or any of that stuff. If you don't have it, of course, you have a dress code and demerit and all that good stuff. Khakis all summer. All right, next slide.
So a couple things here on the khakis. Again, that could be khaki shorts. It could be khaki pants. When we say khaki, it's sort of khaki material. It could be of any color. It doesn't have to just be tan. So that gives you more options. So again, we want to make this as simple as possible for you, but we want our students to look the part. Again, we never know who might be visiting, who will be on campus. So that's why we have this dress code. On the USF T-shirt, I know some of you, especially new students, or just in general, some students didn't get your correct size. No worries, we'll get more inventory of that green USF Thursday shirt. So if, let's say, you are a small or medium and you got a large or extra large and it's heavy, it's just big on you, we'll have extra sizes on day one as well. All right, so this will sort of be the starting lineup. We're going to get more shirts here along the way, but we wanted to at least give you a few new shirts as we start off the summertime.
And just to add, you will get those shirts on Monday. So that first day. So just wear your any UB or UBMS shirt along with your khakis on that day and then go from there. Remember, please do not wear any slides. You are to wear closed-toe shoes, or if you wear let's say sandals, it has to have a back on it. Also, your Crocs have to be in sports mode. Anybody who's not in compliance with dress code will have to call their parent to get picked up.
All right, next slide. All right, full court press, summer meals. So lunch will be provided to students daily in Champs cafeteria. During the residential component, students will eat breakfast and dinner. If you're staying, the rising juniors and seniors, if you're staying on campus, you'll eat breakfast and dinner in the cafeteria as well. Students are expected to eat daily at our designed eating locations. You want to make sure you eat so you have energy. Parents encourage eating. You want to eat all the time and hydrate. We have the meals. You want to take advantage of them. All right.
During the residential component, which we'll talk about here in a second, then yes, there's 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And again, we'll go over the schedule with you in terms of waking up in the morning, what time we'll be eating breakfast, and as well as in the afternoon when we have dinner. All right, so um, we'll explain more here.
All right. Halftime. We gotta just sometimes pause for the cause if we need it. Right. Take a breather. If you are ill before morning classes begin, you should contact Mr. Cabrera, Dr. Curry, Ms. Blaustein, myself. Also, fill out a form at usfubpweebly.com. If you become ill during the day, please notify any upper bound staff member. Parents will also be notified as needed to ensure the appropriate medical follow-up. You should bring any adequate supply of any prescription medications as well as any over-the-counter medicine, aspirin, Tylenol you need. Students must self-administer medication. So parents, just so you know, of course, let us know that, hey, Johnny takes so-and-so and so-and-so, whatever. And then, of course, as you just like regular school, we can't give it to them. They got to give it to take it themselves. But just give us a heads up of Johnny gets headaches or Sarah's on blah, 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 whatever, just so we know whatever, and all that good stuff. Okay.
Just a few more notes on this. I'm stocking up on Band-Aids because Y'all love Band-Aids. So I'll make sure we have plenty of stock and in hand for you. But on the medication side of things, because that's important, oftentimes, and it's usually headaches that our students will come to us with in terms of, on a daily. And so in those situations, again, you sort of have to self-medicate or uh, get that as well. Like we're not going to just give you medication. It's always going to be if it's something in the moment and you need it, uh, we're still going to ask you to get permission from a parent to take that. All right, but we're not going to be administering any medication. Make sure you bring enough. But those are sort of the two main things that I see quite a bit: just headaches and needing aspirin, or like band-aids. But the band-aids part we'll have taken care of for you.
All right. So residential experience, of course, Upper Bound logs starts June 16th to the 28th through July 28th, and Math and Science starts the 23rd to the 28th. The summer residential component is designed to simulate college life and experiences that come with this year. You Upper Bound. This year, Upper Bound students will be staying in Juniper Poplar. Residential coordinators and mentors have been trained to help you make the most of your on-campus experience. The residential staff is responsible for you. The staff is there to supervise and assist you, not only role model, but to enforce the Upper Bound math sciences policies. Unit features. And it could be tweaked or whatever if they change some things in there. But for the most part, in those rooms, they provide the furniture. Each bedroom areas include a twin XL bed, a dresser, a chair, and a desk. Closet space for resident. Each 4-bedroom unit typically includes 2 bathrooms. Each two-bedroom unit typically includes 1 bathroom, shower curtain, liner provided. Each unit contains a full kitchen with a refrigerator. Well, some of these things may or may not be in there, and we'll as a staff double check and email you what they have added or taken away or don't have in there. But some of them have these things, and we'll let you know if these rooms have a full kitchen, refrigerator, oven, stove, top, sink, and whatever, what have you. Each unit contains a furnished common living area. So that's the huddle of, where you'll be staying or whatever. But, like I said, we'll send you an updated email of these things. If they have all these things or some of them or whatever, we'll let you know what to bring. Sometimes they bring microwaves and different things like that. We'll go into that later on, but that's just an overview of what some of them rooms have.
And again, Mr. Barn, I want to reiterate that XL twin bed sheets, that a regular twin bed sheet won't fit on those beds inside Juniper Poplar. So it's a twin XL if you're looking to when you're looking to bring that or to buy that. Toiletries, in terms of like toilet paper, that's all provided for us. But remember, you have to bring all your own toiletries, toothbrush, toothpaste, towels, soap, those sorts of things. They will provide toilet paper and so forth for us. But a twin XL is the bed size.
All right. And parents, you're going to get that, because you definitely need to get that for your specific bed sheet. Traveling residential experience, traveling, playing basketball, if you take too many steps, flag on the play. But the residential experience, things you need to bring. These are just some of the things you'll get. Of course, parents, students, you'll get an email with a list of all these things. But briefly, alarm clock, comfortable clothes, undergarment clothes, pajamas, comfortable shoes, notebooks, pens, pencils, papers. You got to have that to be prepared. Calculator, dictionary, clothes hangers, towels, washcloths, pillows, bed sheets, like toiletries is going to be there, but you need to bring toothbrush, toothpaste, soap. You cannot bring pets. Don't bring jewelry. You don't need to bring that. You're definitely not going to bring alcoholic beverages, cigarettes, illegal substances. Of course, if we find it, you're done with the program. You're out of here. No ifs, ands, or buts, no questions, no second chances. Get out. But we're not worried about that. But just letting you know, don't bring any candles, incense, aerosol containers, crazy electrical appliances. Don't need to bring hot plates, skateboard, scooters, motorized transportation like motorized scooters and kickboards and all that other stuff. So once again, parents, teachers, parents, students, you're going to get a copy of this. Make sure you watch what we have on this that you don't bring, and all these things that you do need to bring, to make sure you have all these things. You'll get a copy of it, have all these things so you're comfortable. Some of y'all have your little night lights, your onesies to feel comfortable, your old teddy bear. Yeah, bring that, So so that's it. But you'll get a copy of all these. Residential logistics again. Of course, we move in June 16th. UB, June 23rd, UBMS. And these are just the breakdowns. We have a 2-hour, maybe a little longer window. And this is just a breakdown of last names so we can get everybody coming in staggered. So, these are just little times of come in so we can stagger it up and get you on in there and have it move in smoothly. Every Sunday check-in, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Check out each Thursday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m.
And Mr.
So I
Martin, I'll
just,
stay here. Go
oh,
ahead,
go ahead.
Dr. Kerr.
I was just saying this is only the schedule for the first move-in day. So this is the schedule that you will have for the move-in day. So keep in mind, like going by last names, this will be the times that you will, come. Please do not come before that time at 5 o'clock. And parents, you say, I got somewhere to be. Can you check them in before that? We're not checking in no students before that. So please adhere to the time that you have to check in. Now, after the initial Sunday, and this is pretty much pertaining to UB mostly. After that, then your Sunday check-in will be from 7 to 9. Upward Bound Math and Science, you don't have to worry about it because you only got 1 week. Go ahead, Mr. Cabrera.
Yeah, so a couple things just for UB moving that first Sunday. Just a reminder that is Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to our UB dads. And at the bottom, typically on most summers, pickup is on Thursdays. Given that the residential period has been shortened to 2 weeks, we're going to give you an extra night where you're going to stay till Friday. So both UB checkout dates will be Fridays instead of Thursdays, but we'll give you more information along the way as that time approaches.
All right, classroom behavior. Going over just really quick. Not really worried about it because if we did, then we're getting you up out of the program. But we don't really have problems with it at all. But just in case, classes and classroom behavior. Upper Bound Summer Academy links the previous school year with the upcoming year, while at the same time giving each participant a feel for the actual college classroom. Summer program is Upper Bound's greatest opportunity to improve students' academic skills. In order to be successful, summer program participants must be prepared, be punctual, be attentive, be responsible, be committed, and be open. Students be open to learning new things and grasp a concept that you may not get or you may need extra time with. This is the time. Be committed to it. Honing your academic craft. Be responsible and doing all your work on your own. Do what you need to do without heavy push from parent. On your own, responsible for yourself. Be attentive in class, not sleepy. On time. Be prepared. Have all your materials. All right. That was the whistle. Do it again. Flag on the play. If you have a flagrant, that's a flagrant foul in basketball terms. Okay. Behavioral system. Once again, we don't have much issues with this, but we already know we as Upper Bound program, Upper Bound Math Science, we don't tolerate any of this at all. 0%. But just to reiterate, Of course, no bullying. If you're experiencing the bullying, of course, come to tell us. We'll take care of it. Fighting is not allowed under any circumstances. Anyone breaking this rule will be sent home immediately. Profanity, not acceptable. Alcoholic beverages, illegal drugs are not permitted on campus at any time. Students are not allowed to have cars on campus unless they have permission from the parent or guardian. Dr. Curry already said, if you have a car, you got to pay for your own decal every day. Possession of weapons and firearms are not permitted. Of course, you're out of the program immediately. And public displays of affection among students is not allowed. Keep all that at home. Not on our time. All right. No flags on the play.
So just a few more points to note here, and bullying that extends beyond just at upper bound. Sometimes bullying takes place online and through social media as well. So if we get any reports of concerns there as well, just be mindful of how you behave all the way around and how you represent yourself in the program and each other. Um, on the note of just illegal, drugs, that also includes vaping. No vapes are allowed at any times. And these things get sensitive both inside the dorms and on trips, because then we're under the jurisdiction of USF, or we're under the jurisdiction of any city that we are visiting. So that complicates matters even more. And so we expect nothing but perfect behavior. But please note that if something does happen, then we have to sort of move accordingly.
All right. And one. Just scored a point, and you go to the free throw line for an extra point. It's old school. I know Mr. Cabrera feels me. Okay. Anyway, I'll have a few more later. No, go back. Go back. There we go. Summer stipend reward. Of course, once again, you already know we want you to have 100% of all your money. We don't want it to hold any of it. We got to get rid of it. We want to give you all of it, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. Attendance, behavior, grades. 10th and 11th can receive up to $199. 12th graders can receive up to $300. We cannot keep it. We want to give you all of it, every dollar. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, we want to give you that, and little things here and there. We want to give you more. But do what you got to do, and you get all your money, 100%. All right? And one. To the free throw line. Up. Play under review. I didn't make it sound right. Flag, demerit system. You don't do what you're supposed to do. Okay, boom. Simple. We don't, like I said, rarely have any issues, but skipping class, tardies, failure, sleeping, disruptive, refusal to participate. Oh, let me check that one. Refusal to participate in class activities. Yes, parents and students, the teachers are communicating with us. Don't think it's not going to get back to us. If you're not doing what you need to do, you're not participating in class, you don't raise your hand, your head's down, whatever. If we'll come back to you, come back to us, we'll talk to you about it. If you're still not doing it, you're done. There's no just sitting back and chilling. We're trying to help you get to where you need to get to. That's a big one. Refusal to participate in class and activities. We want to motivate you. You also want to motivate yourself. Do things. No cheating or plagiarism. Electronic devices. Hit Dr. Curry always. All us headphones. All that stuff. Keep it off. Not bringing materials. Give you a warning. 2 times, 3 times. It's like, okay, you don't want to be here. Go home. Don't come back. We don't really have a problem with that, but just in case, this is a reminder. Dress code violation. You represent us, we represent you. Come correct, wear what you need to wear. Khakis all summer, all the different color kind of khakis, shorts or long, and a right shirt. Come right, you're 100% great. If not, you get the merit system, taking money too many times, sent home. Not following the directive of the program, loss of stipend, possible dismissal. All right. Classroom technologies. Upper bound students are given VIP accounts through USF Information Technology Department. Contingent on complying with program policy, students are granted the following privileges: access to computer labs, Udurham Wi-Fi access, Teams, etc. And then, you know, Ms. Blockstein to help you with all those things. So those different classroom things and net IDs and all that good stuff.
Ms. Blossom,
All
anything
right.
you want to say here in reference to next week for assistance we're providing to students?
That's the next slide, I think. The next slide has that. Okay, this is actually the net ID activation slide, and it most of you already have your net IDs, but for new students, you still have to send me your U number and net ID that you receive when you set up your account. And right now I'm missing a lot of them. We will have a meeting. I have it here in the next slide as well. June 4th through 6th, Tuesday to Thursday, 5 to 7 for net ID issues. The net ID will not be used too much for Canvas, and so it's not imperative that we have it the first day, but we do want to get it sorted out. So if you can come for the stipend banking and USF email setup or corrections or trying to fix your service, please come June 4th through 6th, Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 7. That's also on the next slide for the stipend and the banking for new students only. So like I said, June 4th through 6th, Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 7. And your new students, a lot of you started the progress on May 11th, but you didn't finish it. So you're welcome to come on those days to finish up your process, but you will need a bank account to complete the entire process. And they are accepting Cash App with, as long as there's a routing and account number. There's also the USF Credit Union as an option that has good ATMs and credit card or Visa debit card possibilities. New or continuing students who do not have a net ID or need assistance with their account can also come. We do want to get you situated with a net ID so you have access to Wi-Fi and email.
So again, very important, especially for new students to get a jump start on this. So we'll be here late next week. If you want to come on in, come on by, get the assistance. We'll send a reminder out on Monday about this. But students, especially from time to time, teachers will have different activities in the computer labs and during residential. So in order to log on to the computers, you need the computers need to recognize you as a USF student. So you get access just like a USF student. So very important that we get that set up. And then again, for those that are new with stipends or new to the program and started this spring, but you don't have your information set up yet, what we try to do as much as possible, and this sort of why sometimes it takes a little longer to disperse all this information, is USF gets a lot of information from us in terms of your information so that they can process these stipends. And we try to do that in bulk, like in one group. But oftentimes we have a lag of information that we're sending over. So we have to send it over in pieces. And that just sort of delays the process as well. So help us help you as we get this started. I see a hand up. So just hold on to that question because we're almost towards the end.
Real quick, I did want to say that new students will need to have this process done in USF System Bulls Market, and you may have turned in a W-9 or a bank account form to me, but you will need that information to set up your bank account as well. So you'll need your social and your bank account routing and account number. So please have that available with you on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I do have some information, but I want you to be sure you have it as well. I do hope that parents can come and help with the process as well to be aware of it. So please be prepared on that day to set up the account system. About half of you have done it, and about the other third of you have started it and not finished it. So we do want to get it paid. You get paid as soon as possible, and so please get situated with that. That's it.
All right. Emergency procedures. In event of cancellation or postponement, in the event of dangerous weather, inclement weather before the before the class day begins, we will rely on residential counselors to inform the Upper Bound math and science staff and Upper Bound staff regarding inclement weather. At that point, instructors will be contacted in case classes will be delayed or postponed. If students are in class and bad weather arises, we ask that students remain in the building they are in until the weather clears and instructors gives the students the go ahead to move on. So, anything thunder and lightning.
Right. It is summer is approaching. Typically, that involves rain and certain days that could get dangerous. So we'll be monitoring the forecast throughout the summertime. Strangely, it just seems like things have been shifting in terms of weather patterns. So like last summer, for example, it was pretty dry most of the summer. So hopefully we kind of fall within the same weather pattern. It was really until August, September where things started to get a little worse. So we'll kind of just monitor what the situation is in the event that we foresee like very bad weather, then we'll make sure to communicate out to you and let you know how to move for that day.
Is vitally program notifications. It's vitally important to officially notify the program if there's any change to your home address, your phone number, your banking information, your Hillsborough Canvas password, your email address. Contact Ms. Blaustein. Of course, again, like she said, some of y'all need to finish some things to get fully all in the program. There's going to be a time where you're going to want your money, or you didn't get this, or you didn't get that. If the email changed, whatever, contact Ms. Blaustein, double and triple check to make sure she has your current update information. Oh, yeah. If you do what you need to do and you come on time, behavior. We push it to the limit. So if you do what you need to do, of course, residential students get a University of Tampa. All students, that's 21st. All students, we're going to Gainesville. So we're going to visit 2 colleges on that trip. You got to see that. Also, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, parents, students, behavior, attendance, doing your work. All students are going to go to Orlando, Valencia College, University of Central Florida, and we got Universal theme park. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So we want you to go as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. Parents will take him off your hands for a couple of days. Parents know you can't go. But yeah, a lot of fun as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. And we like to mix fun with academics. We're going to have a lot of crazy fun on the trip, but we also want you to see these colleges. A lot of our students are getting into these schools, and schools as good as these and even more. So we want you to see it, visit it, so you can get an idea. Is Orlando for me? Is Gainesville for me? Is this we got big schools on this paper on the screen. We have small schools, we have private schools. They're all designed to get you an idea so you know what it is you want to do. Big school, small school, private school, public school, far away, not too far away, 2 hours, 4 hours, all that good stuff. All right.
So, Mr. Martin, just a quick note on here as well. So that June 21st is a Friday. So on that Friday, that June 21 UT trip, that's going to be all UB residential and all UBMS residential, since you'll be on campus already. Well, UB will be on campus already. We're inviting UBMS students that will be in residential to join us. So that June 21 is for all UB residential, all UBMS who plan to be residential. You'll come to campus that morning and we'll give you more information. The other 2 are all group trips. Again, that July 11th to 13th, we'll be staying at the Bonnie Creek Resort, right outside of Disney. So very nice resort. We'll be going to Universal Studios as part of that trip. And then July 19th is a 1 day. That's a Friday trip as well. That's a 1 day. We'll go up to Gainesville, see the schools, and come back. So more information to come on all of that.
All right, and questions and to stay connected, we have all the different things. We got IG, Twitter, Facebook. We on the gram. We got Remind. Miss Blossom, can you talk about some of these things or whatever?
Yes, we do keep up with all the social media, but with Remind, it's a text message system, but it's usually a one-way system. And so we might be altering it slightly to a different program, but for now, we do have Remind in the PowerPoint, but it might not be something that we continue to use all the time. So this is how to join the summer Remind in the picture, but hold off on that because we might be using a different system, or we might be using Remind during the summertime. So look into that. We'll give you updates on what we'll be using for sure. It's subject to change.
Alrighty. So at this time, I see we have some hands up, so we're going to open the floor to questions. If you have a question, just
Hold on, Mr. Bear, before you do
yeah.
questions, Ms.
Yeah.
Boston, because we forgot to add it in the slide. Can you please send out when you send out the PowerPoint, can you send out the slide letting the rising seniors know the material they need to bring for senior counseling for the summer?
Yes, I'll add that to the slideshow.
Okay,
Sure.
thank you. So just FYI, especially UBMS rising seniors and also UB seniors, you will be getting, I've been getting a lot of emails about what's required again for senior counseling. Ms. Blostein will be sending that out, a slide of it. So please, be patient for that. Also, just make sure that you're not getting your transcripts until your grades, your fourth quarter grades have been put in. So that should be like by the end of next week. I think you all get report cards the 6th or the 7th. So after the 6th or the 7th, that's when you could get your transcripts. So once again, just, be mindful that your transcripts will come in later than your other documents.
Speaking of report cards, sorry to interject, but the report cards will be due before any trips can be attended. So we need all your report card in before any trips or any activities beyond, as soon as they come out.
Alrighty. So I'm going to go to the to questions, and the first hand I see is Selena. Selena, go ahead.
Oh, hello. So I had a question about, I'm gonna be out of town like the first week of like whenever USF starts because I'm gonna be going to Puerto Rico for my birthday. Would that be a problem? Like I'm gonna be there on the first day,
So
but
I got your, I think you emailed me. So what I want to do next week is take all the requests that we have received, and we're going to sit down as a team and look at them. But I'll just say here again, what we're looking at is, so our rule of thumb is 3 days. And so, we'll sort of look favorably upon something that might lean into a fourth day. Anything above 5 then gets very concerning. But that's just rule of thumb. But I'm going to sit down. We're going to sit down as a team, and we're going to take a look at all the requests that we received, and because sometimes it's family situations that are going on as well. So we'll kind of take it on a case by case basis. So I will let you know next week if it is approved. Okay.
okay, all right, thank you.
All righty. I see Jada.
Yes. My question was, how do you know, this is her mom. How do you know if you're clear, like if your bank information was clear? Like I turned in the information, but I hear her saying just making sure everything is complete. Would you have notified us if you didn't have our complete information?
Ms.
The
Blasi?
the system in place is Bulls Market, and the accounting system will notify us as to what the status is for the latest status for the new students. Some people are cleared, and I can email those people, and I'll also email the ones that haven't started, but I don't have an update until they provide it. Maybe on Monday they can provide it to me, and I can email the people that we still need the information for. I don't have access to the system myself, but I will request it from the people, the supplier setup staff, and they'll be able to provide me a list. They should have emailed, they were going to email people who were missing, who had not finished the process. They were going to email them yesterday, but I don't know if they did.
Okay.
So,
And
yeah, we'll
also,
try to.
I'm sorry. And also, quick question. I know you were saying the juniors and seniors were staying on campus. Is that the same for UBS math and science? Is just the seniors and juniors?
No, for UBMS, it would be all students that will like to stay in the dorms. But just keep in mind that with UBMS and UB as well, if they stay in the dorms, they cannot leave campus for any reason. So yes, UBMS is all students.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, next up I see Danae.
Hi. So I'm not gonna be able to go to get the information from my account because I'm gonna be at a summer camp from the 2nd to the 8th. Would my mom be able to fill it out for me?
Yes, everything but the signature on the W-9 would be able to be done by her. And we also, for people who can't make it, we're going to try to email the directions out to finish people up, but we really want to have people in person to show them how to do it. So, yes, your parents should be able to do most of it. It's just the signature on the W-9 you could do later.
Also, my mom and I were trying to fill out the form yesterday and like a few days before. But then there was this thing about our counselors and our classes. My counselor, I am not able to get in contact with her, so I don't know what classes I'll be having. Is there any way I could figure that out?
Well, most of the
Yes,
students,
there is.
underclassmen, they do have a natural progression, and so I'm going to be putting students in the next class up for the most part. But you can also wait and talk to a counselor, but I will be putting students in classes based on the classes they're in now.
Okay, thank you so
Your
much.
counselor, your counselor may not be there for the summer because I think they only have like one counselor sometimes working in the summer. So if anything, you could just call your guidance counselor office and just ask the guidance counselor that's present there. Do they have access to your schedule for next year? If you wanted to cross check.
And for our families, just in general, something that you just want to make a note of, and that's going to be advocacy for you and your child. That sometimes they're not going to provide the information or be as forthcoming as we are sometimes with getting information out to you. Sometimes you're going to have to kind of go to them and get information here along the way. We see that all the time, especially for seniors, because there's a lot of information that you'll be requesting. So sometimes you'll just have to go there in person even to get some information that may not be shared for you, but they have your schedule for sure because they needed to do scheduling for the upcoming year. All right. So next up, I see we already did Tyson. Or
No,
did we?
not yet.
Oh, go ahead.
I just have a question. He's only received the USF shirt, so on his first day, can he just wear that? I don't want him to be out of dress code, but we don't have his UB shirt or any of the polos.
Right. Yeah, he'll get all four shirts again on that day. So yeah, for him it would be that shirt.
The USF shirt. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Next up, I see Michelle.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, my question to you is in reference to the residential, with having to purchase the bed sheets, will she be required to remove that like on Saturdays, Friday night, Saturdays, and then bring those back as well as all the other items that she'll have to bring to school?
Great question. No, she can leave that in the room. For Upward Bound, for example, we're there for 2 weeks. So that first weekend when we leave, you can leave your stuff there. Just take home like your clothes that you need to wash, and any personal belongings that you might need. But everything else can stay, and then it'll be there week 2. All the doors are locked. Students will get keys for their individual rooms. So no. And for Upward Bound Math Science, you don't since it's only a week, you have one check-in and one check-out, so that doesn't affect you too much. One thing I also wanted to mention, and on that move-in day, families, you're welcome to sort of come in and see the area and help your child move in. The way Juniper Poplar is set up, only the staff has swipe card access to enter the elevator area. So there's like a glass door that gets you to the elevators. So students have to be with us at all times to even enter into the elevators. And then students do not get that swipe card access. They only have their key to their specific room. So they'll always be with one of us when it comes to accessing the dorm and getting up and down. So that's just another safety feature that's part of the summertime.
Thank you so much.
Yep, no problem. Jada?
You already answered mine.
Okay. Jasmine?
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. How
Um,
are you?
all right. So, as far as the location, is it going to be, and maybe I missed this part, is it going to be Cooper Hall for the location on the 4th through the 7th, that Tuesday through Thursday, for assistance with signing up?
The
That
library.
the library. It's gonna be the library,
Okay. Okay.
which is right
All
next
right.
to Cooper Hall, which is right next to Cooper.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem. Vincier?
Y'all can hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. For residential appliances, y'all said something about no electrical appliances. Is it okay if I bring a blow dryer?
Yes, you can bring a blow dryer. Um, there's no kitchen or elevator or like microwaves in the room. So that's kind of what we were sort of alluding to. In some of the spaces that we've stayed in the past, there's been full kitchens. In here, it won't have that. So then you sort of have to bring your own if you want like a mini fridge or each floor does have a refrigerator where we can store stuff. But if you want something in your room, so students, something that, and we'll go over this again, and parents, at the end of every night, we do room checks, room to room, and then just like as if we were away on a trip, we do security measures where we put spaghetti noodles on the door. We tell you, hey, it's 11 o'clock, no coming out of the rooms. So that's why we want you to have whatever you need for the evening. I mean, obviously we'll be there and our staff will be there in the case of anything that might be needed or that's an emergency. But otherwise, students want at curfew at 11, you're staying in your room. You don't come out until the morning when we do wake up calls for breakfast. So just bring what you need in terms of either toiletries, self-care needs. If you want to bring, a mini fridge, you're welcome to do that as well.
All right. My sister also has a question.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good
Um,
morning.
I wanted to know. I wanted to know if, for the residential, are all juniors eligible to go, or is it just seniors?
No,
Is
it's
it
junior.
selective?
For Upward Bound, it's all juniors and all seniors. It's up to you. So that's the other thing we want to mention as well. Um, Sometimes our juniors and seniors can't stay because maybe they work and they want to continue working during that time frame. So the residential portion of our summer is optional. We think it's great, a great part of the program. It gets you ready for college, and we highly recommend it, that you get that experience. But also, it's to your question, or just context, it's not mandatory per se. So yes, it's open to all juniors and seniors for Upper Bound. For Upper Bound Math Science, is open to all students. But ultimately, you have the choice to say yes, I do want to do residential, or no, I can't. When it comes to working, because that's another um, important factor for many of you. It's kind of why we've structured the summer the way we do, in terms of letting out at 3 o'clock. So if you have to work after 3. If you have to work on the weekend, get hours in there. But we don't want you to miss the important pieces of the summer, because it's all about getting you ready for college. So take advantage of it, take it all in. We want to also remind you that while these jobs are very important, and we understand that there's a lot of expenses that come with living, but all of this entire experience is an investment into yourself and into your future. So don't miss out on a good opportunity because you don't want to miss that shift at like Chick-fil-A on a Friday. Just speak to your managers, let them know ahead of time. If we need to provide you with any letters, we're happy to do that. Just do it with time to give yourself some grace.
Okay, thank you.
All right, no problem. Astrid,
Yes, hi, good morning.
good morning.
I have a question. Even if you fill the absent form, can this if they have an appointment, can they get drop off later?
Yes. So that's a great question. When we see those forms, we look at them like ahead of the summer, but we look at it daily as well, just to see what the traffic flow is going to be in terms of student coming in maybe a little late. When it comes to the residential period in general, and again, it should be a little easier this summer. So for the 2 weeks for Upper Bound and 1 week of Upper Bound Math Science, try to avoid appointments within those weeks. Only because, so for example, if a student has an appointment, let's say at 10 o'clock in the morning, or even earlier, let's say at 8:30, you have to pick them up. We're in transition from the dorm to eating to Cooper Hall. So then we have to set staff aside to make sure that they get picked up. So one, give us as much advance notice as you can, but try to avoid appointments during the residential weeks if possible, only because that helps us out in terms of safety. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Jarda?
Asked already,
Yep,
but
go ahead.
to Miss Blasting, I think you know how for the seniors we're supposed to bring for you is for the seniors we're supposed to bring our course transcripts that have like our overall grades and stuff. And I think the guidance counselors from tech were supposed to email them to her. I don't know if they did that already, so I just wanted to ask.
I did request it from them, but the transcripts are not in because the grades have not been finalized. And so I did email them, and I believe that they will be able to provide for Tampa Bay Tech those transcripts. But I'm not sure. The other schools you'll have to get yourself.
Okay, and then I also had another question. It's okay. Oh yes, for the residential, didn't you guys say you guys can provide a form that we can show our jobs?
Yes, we have one of those forms for
Yes.
in general.
And what we could do is just email it out to everyone so that you have it, in the event that you need to supply that to work.
We do have the main website, which will have all the information on it, all the PowerPoint, the video, the calendar, everything will be on the website, including the forms you need to fill out and the job letter. So it'll be a resource for everything you need for the summer. So we'll be adding that to the slideshow and sending it out.
Okay, thank you.
All right, next I see Rakima.
No questions at all.
No, I'm here. Are you able to
Okay.
hear me?
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so
Okay,
I
yes.
have a question
Do you know
about
when
the
you're going to be
residents.
bringing the ninth graders in for
interview for the ninth graders?
Yes, we'll probably start that. August 1st sort of opens up the new recruitment season. We use the first couple months of the school year to get out and visit the schools, do presentations, start accepting applications. So they can start applying as soon as August 1st. We will get to interviews throughout the months of September and October. With the hope of starting orientations come the month of November. So I would say August 1st, be on the lookout for it. Um, we'll
Should
also
we reach
kind of,
out to you for the application?
I'm sorry, say again?
Should we reach out to you for the application August 1st? Because I know school won't be open yet.
Yeah, you
No.
can. I'll also
Okay.
email it out to everyone so that you have it, or I'll send you our links
Oh
to our
yeah, that'd be good.
applications, just so that you have them for yourselves.
And
Oh,
so
that'd be
let me reinstate this Dr. Curry. So we won't start not August the 1st because we'll be on vacation. I'm being honest. We take vacation after the summer program. So when they go back to school, that's when we'll be accepting applications. As Ms. Blostein stated, like on our website, there's the applications, but also you can email myself or Mr. Martin because usually we recruit for both programs. So if you would like, you can email either one of us. Our email is up there if you have a person in interest for the program.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
All righty. I think I see some old hands that are still up. So if you have if your question was answered already, if you put your hand down, just so I can see who else has questions.
I
This
have
is
one.
Rashima. I still had a question.
Okay, go ahead. You go ahead.
So I'm navigating between two meetings. I wanted to see if you talked about the buses, if they were still available or not.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Yes, buses will run as normal, same bus routes, same times. So we have three bus routes running, and they will run every single day that we have activities going on, except for Fridays. All right. So the bus will be running every single day except Fridays. So you can take that every single day.
Okay, so in Armwood High School buses.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
This is
All right.
Kiara Davis, the parent of East Aaron Kamora.
Go ahead. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Hi. They both have an appointment on the 13th in the morning. I wanted to know, would it be okay if I can bring them to school that day
Yeah.
after their full? Okay,
So
and
that's a
I'll do an
that's a
absentee.
Thursday? Is that a Thursday?
I'm I'm not sure, but whatever day the
Uh,
13th, I can look.
okay. Yeah, yeah. 13th is yep, that's a Thursday. Yeah. So just
Okay.
fill out the form, let us know what
Yes, sir.
time, just so that
Okay.
we know then to be looking out for them on the way back in.
All right.
Let,
Thank
and
you.
let me say this as well. If people have same day appointments, please make sure we will always have somebody at the desk, like at the front desk, like a student assistant. So if they are leaving early or they returning to campus, please reach out to a UB or UBMS staff to let us know that they have returned on campus if there's nobody sitting at, the main table for them to check in when they come back.
Okay, I'll send an email and a text. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I still see hands up from Michelle, Danae, and Vincere. Wasn't sure if you still had questions or not, but your hands are still up.
Hi, good morning. Yes,
Good morning.
I have two more questions if that's okay.
Sure.
Um, so if I do the residential, because if I do it and then let's say on a Friday I have to leave after classes because of a scheduled vacation that I
Sure.
won't be able to be on for the July 4th, is that okay?
Yeah, great question. So we really stress the Monday through Thursday because that's class time. If it's something that you know that, hey, I need to leave early on a Friday, or I may need to leave Thursday because of something I have going on Friday, then for you, we would say, hey, let's check you out on Thursday of that week so that you can go off and do what you got to do. So yeah, that's not a problem. Just communicate with us in reference to that, and that Friday is fine.
Thank you.
Hold on, Miss Cabrera. I think she's missing up. Hold on. You saying you're going on vacation July the 4th? For the July the 4th, we won't be in the dorms during that time.
Like the week of, like not the day
That
of
week
July
of,
4th,
that week of
but the
July.
week of July 4th.
Yeah, we not going to be in the dorms that week. So
Oh,
that
okay.
so that week prior to, we're ending. So residential will end prior to July the 4th weekend.
Yeah, June 28th is our last day for everybody
Yeah,
in the
that's
dorms.
what I think she was
I
saying. And
see.
then also too, keep in mind too, and this goes for everybody. If you're staying in residential, we expect you to stay in residential the entire time. Um, as far as like appointments, we ask that you try to schedule your appointments like either before residential or after residential. And the parents, the reason why we do this is so that we can keep a track of all students. If we have students leaving campus, and stuff, it becomes difficult, especially for the student assistants, to keep track of when the student is coming back or to pinpoint where they're at that time. Now we understand if it's emergencies, but if you could prevent anything, like appointments or anything, we would ask that during that time. If you are not able to, and your child, let's say, have to leave like a Thursday or Wednesday, then we would ask at this time that maybe you don't do residential this summer, and then do it next summer. So I just want to throw that out there.
Thank you. Also, residential, I would apply by an online form, or is there another way that I need to apply?
So good question. What we'll do is starting week one, actually probably next week, actually, given that residential starting early this go around, we'll send out a survey to both UB and UBMS of who will be staying on campus so that we can solidify that number. Because then we need to transfer that information and give it to USF Housing so that they can prepare all the keys and for that move-in weeks. So next week, for all students that qualify for residential, we will get you that information, fill it out, but don't sit on it because we need that information back to know how many students are staying and to start helping us in terms of logistics. All right. So expect information to roll out next week in reference to, are you going to do residential or not?
Thank you so much.
Because you Thank you, no problem. Because in light of residential, you cannot decide 2 days before residential, the day of move in, that you want to move in. So please make sure, if you do not see the form, reach out to one of us before June, June the 10th or whatever, so that we can make sure that you have the form so that you could complete it, because decisions about staying residential would not be made a day before residential.
Yeah, again, to Dr. Curry's point, every decision costs money, and we want to be able to sort of plan for all of it, but also USF needs time to accommodate us as well with this, so we want to get them information timely.
And all
Um,
also, students and parents, we've said it a whole bunch of times, so we'll just say it again. By now you should have already, especially parents, moms, dads, and students, you probably already have, I just want to say it second and third and fourth time, you should have already talked with your jobs. You know the schedule. We expect you to be, if you be in residential the whole 2 weeks or the whole week, come to the program the whole summer. So by now, you should have already talked to your jobs, let them know your schedule so you're already prepared, and let them know, get the form from us, let them know so there is no job this or this or that, whatever. This is the beginning time of thinking ahead of time to get your calendar and your summer set. There is no last minute decision. So that's why right now we're doing this now, so you all can get prepared, to get you all prepared. So you all double and triple check with your job schedule, whatever. Hey, job, this day during this time, I'm going to be at Upper Bound. This time, I'm going to be out of town. Get that all scheduled so you're good to go. There's no last minute jump around. I can't do this or I can't do that type of thing.
All right, we're going to take a couple more questions and try to get you all out by 11. So Franklin, I see your hand.
There's a community service day, if I'm not mistaken, right?
So we're planning that out. We just made some adjustments to the schedule this week. So we will let you know week one kind of what the final plan is. So just more to come on that because there was some modifications that we made recently. So yes, our intent is to do something, but we'll let you know specifics later on.
Of course, no worries.
One more question. For the residential, when we have holidays, are we allowed to leave? Or
So
like
we
with
won't
parents?
there on holidays. Oh, well, except for June 19th, which is that Wednesday. Again, the expectation is like any other day, is that you stay on campus unless there's some sort of appointment or um, obligation that you have. Otherwise, we're recommending that everyone stays. Because again, what we don't want to do is if we open that up, the half of everyone leaves, and it just creates a whole bunch of different times of people coming back to campus. So again, for that 19th, we expect everyone to stay on campus if you're doing residential, unless there's something that you have to be at.
Mr. Cabrera.
Yes.
I registered for more. I registered for more for the Juneteenth event at USF. Will it be okay
Okay.
if she accompany me for that?
Yes. Something like that is fine, given that you're right there.
Yes, sir. And I'll send over everything through email verification.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else as we approach the 11 o'clock hour? Again, I want to reiterate that we will send you all this information. Students, we're going to go over all of this again on that first day. We'll answer any questions that you have every week. I'll send you week-to-week updates. So the door is always open for any questions that you might have here along the way. All right. So, okay. Abigail, you'll be the last question before we close out. Go ahead. Abigail? Abigail, I see your hand up, so I'm not sure if you're having an issue unmuting. You can always email us that question that you might have. Okay. All right. Well, with that said, once again, to all of our students and our parents, thank you all for just your participation in the program this year. We're very excited about the summer, and we feel it's one of the best pieces to the Upper Bound and Upper Bound Math Science experience. So we look forward to serving you this summer. Any questions you have along the way, please know that our door is always open, and feel free to reach out at any time. But with that said, unless you have anything else that you need help with, that concludes our orientation. We'll get this information, all this information out to you soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy next week. And we look forward to seeing you soon on June 10th. All right. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Have a great weekend.